You're watching the Kop TV, the voice of football's most famous stand.
Salah to settle it in front of the Kop.
Hey guys, good afternoon. Welcome back to the Kop TV, the voice of football's most famous stand. You know that by now. Good to see you again. Listen, since the last time we were on with you guys, we've had a new manager announced, and his name is Arne Slot. La 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 la. That's the name that we should hopefully be singing in Anfield and all around the world if you're a Liverpool fan next season. This is a special video, so let me give you a bit of context. Before I do, make sure you absolutely smash that like button, show some love for the new manager in the comments, and go back and watch the What Klopp Means video that we put out the other day as well. It's a great video. Definitely might produce a few tears watching it. I know I did when Jack sent me the edit. But it's doing really well, so go ahead and watch that, and then subscribe to the channel. We're going to have On the Radar, which is an almost bi-daily transfer show for you, with all the names that are linked to coming into Liverpool and leaving Liverpool as well, and loads more great content to come. We're in Amsterdam next week, so at Soccer X as well, so we'll be there. But the man that's coming on today is a very special one because he is a Feyenoord fan. He is going to lift the lid on what it is like to have Arne Slot as your manager. He's going to tell us the ups, the downs, the things we can expect, the success he's had, his playing style, all of these things he's going to tell us so we can go to the game or watch Liverpool next season knowing what we are in for. He's a great guy because he's actually sent an amazing present over to me as well, which we're going to look at very shortly. But let me introduce him. Big up, Erik, who's also known as the Wall of Football Shirts, an incredible football shirt collection as well. Listen, it's an absolute pleasure to have you on, and welcome to the Kop TV.
Thanks so much, Alex. It's an honor to be on the Kop TV. So thank you so much for the invite.
No, listen, it was almost like fate, right? Because you guys will have known we played the shirts versus boots game in Liverpool last weekend in Bootle. I have the trophy here. We actually need a new engravement here with shirts. Well, boots winning, but that's the trophy that I took home in the red. So yeah, Erik was playing on the other team.
Exactly. He was not playing on your team, so
yeah. I wish you were on our team. But Erik was on the other team, the Shirts, who lost 6-0 in the end, and that gives you a little bit of context for the gift that Erik sent me, which I'm so touched by. Honestly, for you to go out of your way and send this from Holland to here, it's incredible, right? So Erik sent me over this, right? I was thinking, what's in here? Now, the letter reads as follows. Alex, thanks again for a great weekend. A very hard beating that wouldn't look out of place on an explicit website. I mean, it was 6-0. And fixing all of the stuff for the game. Arne Slot and I share the same hometowns, Wol, and I'd be honored to gift you this shirt. Hope you like it and it fits. Take good care of Arnie. We love him. Regards, Erik, Wall of Football Shirts, right? So this is the shirt that comes in the pack. And it's beautiful. I'm not going to lie to you, man. It's stunning. PEC's Wall. Is that how you pronounce it properly?
Yeah, it's yes.
Well, tell us.
It's all right. It's all right.
Zwalla.
Yeah.
Cool. So look, that's their shirt. Is this home shirt?
Yeah, I think it's from 4 or 5 seasons ago. It's the home shirt. They always play in blue and white. And Arne is born in a village around Zwolle. Played in the youth academy. Played for almost 10 seasons at Zwolle. So he's we call it always. He's a real blue finger. Yeah.
Well, not at Liverpool. He'll have to become a red and get rid of any blue possible. I love your shirt, by the way, which is, of course, the shirt that the current shirt is actually modelled upon, the 1984 Rome shirt.
Yes, I've seen it. Yeah, it's beautiful.
And then in the pack as well, a score card with Trent Alexander-Arnold, and I also have one of my favourite players for Liverpool. Hang on, if I can get it out. Luchito, Luis Diaz.
Yes, next level one.
Number 14. We love to see that as well. And then you've also given me Mario Bean, who is a former Feyenoord player.
Yes, he's a real Feyenoord legend as well, a player and also a manager.
And then we have Thomas Brunj from PEC Zwolle.
Yeah, that's just a player from Zwolle. It's nothing special.
Nothing special. But honestly, thank you so much again. I'm sure the guys in the comments agree. That's a really thoughtful and amazing gift idea. And going back to what you actually said in the card, we can start off by you talking about your love for Arne Slot, the fact that he's from the same hometown as you, the
Yes,
fact that you support Feyenoord, the fact that
yes,
you've witnessed the greatness. So we'll go in chronological order because I want to ask you loads of different questions. But
yes.
you and Arne Slot, how did it begin?
Yeah, he was, of course, a player at Zwolle for a long time ago. He played in 2 different spells from, I think, 1995 to 2002. He was a good central attacking midfielder, scored a lot of goals. Then he left to some other clubs in the bottom league of the Eredivisie, and he came back to retire at Zwolle again. And made us also champion from the first league. He won the title there. So he was always a real, we call it Zollenaar. So the fans already loved him. I'm from the same hometown, so yeah, we actually we loved him already as a player. Then he started his manager career at Zwolle 2 in the youth academy, and it was pretty quick that people recognized his greatness. He went on to go to the north of Netherlands, to Cambuur. Did 1 year there as a head coach before moving to AZ, a pretty big club in Holland. Also started as an assistant manager, and I think after 2 or 3 years, he was also appointed as head coach there. And just after 6 months, he already did so good. Feyenoord was interested in him. His contract was expiring, so Feyenoord made contact, and I think even in the half of the season, in the winter break, they announced that Slot would join Feyenoord, and that's of course my club. But AZ didn't like that, and they fired him and his assistant manager, who was also joining Feyenoord. So he had like a 6-month break, and then he started at Feyenoord, and yeah, he did amazing things for us. First of all, he's just a really nice human being. He's so genuine and he's so funny, and I think that's where the similarities with Klopp are. They both know very well how to work with the media, work with the players. They're really people managers. So they think on that note, they are very alike. And also his kind, the play style. He plays very attacking, gegenpress, if it calls so. And he also plays in a 4-3-3 formation, mostly with wingers, but sometimes also with a winger who can play as an extra central attacking midfielder in attack. So there are a lot of similarities there, and at Feyenoord he won every year. In the first year he reached the final of the Conference League. For us Feyenoorders, we don't reach much finals. I think the last one in Europe was 2002, and we won the UEFA Cup against Dortmund back then. But we don't win much if we compare it to Ajax or PSV. They are much more successful than us. So when we win something, it definitely means something for us. In his second season, he actually won the title. So that made him a real legend, with great football, with great players. And I think why Feyenoord love him so much is that we don't have the financial equipment if we compare it with Ajax or PSV. They are just way more rich. They can get so much more players than we can, and he still beat them. So that's why we love him so much. And this year he did very good too. But PSV was just better. They just lost 1 game. So we came second in the league and we won the cup. So yeah, for us, we just love him so much. He's so good with the fans. He's so good with the players that he's so lovable, and that reminds me of Klopp too.
Well, thank you for that. It was really nice. When I saw you on Friday night last week, I mean, I found out pretty soon that you're a Feyenoord fan, and then my
Yes,
ears kind of shot up because I was thinking I'd love to hear what you say about Arne Slot. And I remember you said he can be the new Klopp,
yes,
and that's a difficult and a big statement and a big achievement. I don't guess we are necessarily looking for the next Klopp. I mean, you can't really replace that. But you
yes,
mentioned his kind of way with the media. You mentioned his connection with the fans. You talk about his love for the clubs that he's at, how he gets involved. He's funny. He's a
yes.
genuine person. I mean, Jurgen Klopp is all of those things as well. How do you think that will translate from going to Feyenoord to Liverpool?
Yeah, I really hope he's going to do good. But to be honest, the step from the Eredivisie to Premier League to one of the biggest clubs is such a big one.
Mm.
And I haven't seen many Dutch managers succeed in the Premier League yet. We've seen it now with Ten Hag at Manchester United. Um, they are both bold, but I think that's where the comparison is
Bold
stopping.
Dutch fellas,
I've
yeah.
seen the memes and I've seen the posts, and I hope when the first 2 or 3 months aren't going as planned, they will give him a bit of time. And I think he's much better with the media. He's much better with the language,
Yeah.
and that's really gonna help him. But yeah, it's of course a really big step, and he's not that experienced. He's just 7 seasons. He's been a head coach, so yeah, there's definitely a lot of stuff for him to learn. Um, but I think Liverpool is a club who gives his managers time, and also yeah, it's a nice environment to work in. And if I look at Manchester United, it's just always something. It's always drama. So I hope for him, and I think also that that's gonna happen. It's more calm and relaxed, and he's taking also 2 or 3 people with him from Feyenoord. So yeah, I see it working out definitely.
I'd love to see it work out. We're fully behind him. What did you make of when Jurgen said Arne Slot? What did you think
Yeah,
when
it
he
was
told it?
amazing. It was all over the Dutch media, and I think the way they did it was the way they announced it and waited with the announcement after the last game from Klopp and the last game for Arne Slot. Because to be honest, 2 weeks ago we were almost certain he was going, but they didn't want to announce it official. And I think that really shows the respect between both managers, because and the respect to both of the clubs because they wanted to say a proper goodbye. But it's always good to see like such a legend as Klopp chanting your name. I think he was really touched by it, and it shows that Klopp also want the next manager to do good and to have the support from the fans and everybody in the stadium. So yeah, that really touched everyone. And as a final, we know he's in good hands there.
Yeah, honestly, it was a really emotional thing. I don't think I've ever seen a manager chant the name and get the whole stadium to chant the name of the next manager who's about to replace him. It's
Yeah.
only Klopp, it's only Liverpool for me. You mentioned the head coach position, so obviously there's a lot for him to deal with straight away when he comes to Liverpool. There's a whole new skeleton, really, of the football club from the
Yes.
boardroom right down to the pitch level. He is coming in as head coach. Jurgen Klopp is obviously more of a manager, and I think in England they say manager maybe more than
Yeah.
in Europe they use head coach more. But do you think he's going to work well with Michael Edwards, Richard Hughes, who's coming in, Julian Ward? These are all now former. Julian Ward and Michael Edwards are coming back to Liverpool, which
Right.
maybe tells you about a fracture in their relationship with Klopp. He goes, they come back. Maybe they didn't like working with each other.
Yeah.
But
Exactly.
obviously, there's a huge change upstairs for Liverpool. Do you think he'll fit in and seamlessly work upwards? Because, he isn't the boss, really, in terms of when he comes to Liverpool, be the head coach. You've got Michael Edwards, who's now the CEO, and
Yeah.
then FSG on top of that. So Do you think he'll work? And do you think maybe he can still get his transfer targets? Do you think he'll have a good relationship with the board, both up and down?
Yeah, I think so too. As I said, he's a easygoing person, and I think it's nice to work with him. And the system, as we know in the Premier League, we are not that familiar with in Holland. We know the system with at least two people. It's the head coach and someone else, a director who buys people or transfer deals with the transfer stuff. So I think he's familiar with that kind of system to work in. I also read about it that he will be more of a head coach, so his focus will be more on the pitch and the training, and other people will deal with the stuff in the boardrooms and up in the chambers. So, yeah, I think he's going to work well with it. But then again, it's such a big step. Feyenoord is a big club in Holland, but if you compare it to Liverpool or some other club in the Premier League, there are going to be other stuff that he has to take into account. And I think that's going to be difficult, and he has to stand his ground. But I think he's a very intelligent person, and he will figure it out, definitely.
No, I think it's really important for him to slot in. And
Yeah.
how many times are people about to use that joke? I don't know. But it's important that he steps into the room with authority, but also knowing that, you know, he isn't necessarily the boss coming in.
Yes.
I mean, I think we're going to call him the manager, but on the official maybe CV or, you know, job criteria, it will say head coach. But that's okay. You know, as long as we win on the pitch, it could say janitor. We wouldn't care. I wanted to show you this picture.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Legendary picture here of Virgil van Dijk playing for Groningen.
Yes.
And this is PC's wall.
Yes. Yes. I think it's either one of his last seasons as a professional player, and it's just such a good picture. As you can tell, how much Virgil van Dijk loved Klopp, and hopefully he's going to do the same with Slot. And I think he's very happy with his Dutch manager. But it's funny to see this kind of pictures because Virgil was so young, and we couldn't imagine such a career for him because he left Holland very soon and went on to Celtic. So yeah, he was not the kind of talent that was on the radar very quickly. But see him now, and he's one of the best defenders ever. Yes,
For sure. I think so as well, man. Obviously. Yeah, I mean, look, his contract officially starts on June the 1st. What do you think he'll be doing in the next week, right? Because let's not forget a week. Is it a week today, June the 1st? Let me check. So June the 1st is actually a Saturday, but let's say a week today he fully starts and goes into the office, has his pictures. What is he going to be doing for the next week, do you think?
yeah, I think so. What's the most important thing for him is the players, and I don't know if they are still there or they are on vacation because the Euros are going to start in like the 14th, 15th of June. So I hope some players are still there. I think that's for him. It's the most important thing to talk to the players to see who's there and who's wanting to stay. I've just read that Virgil wants to stay, but I don't know the situation around Mo Salah. Because I think
He'll stay.
he wants to talk to the players first and make sure that that everything is set for the new season. And I imagine he has, of course, some transfer targets. I don't know which one. I hope he doesn't take too many players from Feyenoord, not because we're gonna lose them, but I think Ten Hag took like 4 players with him, and I think that's not. That was not right for him. You see, it's now like Anthony was 100 million pounds. So I think that's when he doesn't deliver, it's gonna bite you in the ass.
Yeah.
And so I wonder what he's gonna do on that note. But I think first of all he's gonna talk to the players, talk to everybody in the stadium, and shows everyone how much he loves Liverpool and he's excited to start with a new job.
Do you think he starts well? Can you see his formation working? Remind us of what he likes to do or what he's been successful with at Feyenoord, and then try and explain to us, if you can, the players that he would maybe look at and think he's going to be my man in my system.
Yeah, I think the system is quite similar to the one Klopp played. He normally plays with a 4-3-3. With one central attacking midfielder and two holding midfielders. We always at Feyenoord had one real winger, and one was more of a central attacking mid. Because when we were in possession, the winger would fall into the midfield and create a extra man situation. When I look at Liverpool's squad, I think you guys had some good wingers, especially with Luis Diaz, Darwin Núñez, who can play there, Gakpo, who can play there, Salah. So I think he will definitely play a 4-3-3 with two wingers. I think, of course, Virgil van Dijk will be his man, also because they're both from Holland. So it will be easy to talk about stuff. And he's also good with young people, and I think there are a lot of talents around in Liverpool. And yeah, I think he will make room for one or two talents in the new squad. Maybe put Trent into the midfield because he really likes good players who can play good with the ball and not exactly are there to tackle the ball or something. So I think Trent might be a good option for the number 6 position. And if I can dream a little bit, I hope he's taking Geertruida with him. It's the captain from Feyenoord. It's a real good guy. Last season, his transfer to RB Leipzig collapsed on the last minute. And I think if I look at Feyenoord squad, it's the only one who can fit into the Liverpool squad at this moment, because I think he's really strong, he's really fast, and I think it will make a good right back or even a centre back for him. So I hope he takes him with him, but I don't know if he's going to do that. But there are talks about it. Yes.
Do you know what I love about Dutch fans and Dutch clubs? They're so humble, because I don't know many fans that would say, yeah, I'd love him to take our captain because, you know, he's a great fit at Liverpool. It's unbelievable. I mean, in England, it's totally different. You just don't want anyone to take anyone, your manager or your players.
Yeah,
It's very insular. But because, you know, football fans, I believe, in Holland are just one of a kind. I really do believe they're some of the best fans in general, whatever team they support. But what did you think of when he announced that he was going to Liverpool, almost by his own accord, his own timing? He didn't really
Yes.
well, I don't know if Liverpool signed that off, but it was obviously before. He came out first and said, I'd like to be the next manager of Liverpool whilst he was still at Feyenoord. He then said, I'm now going to be the next Liverpool manager whilst he's still at Feyenoord. If that was the other way around, I don't think Liverpool fans would have appreciated it. So what did you think when he said that? And were you happy, or were you thinking, that's our manager?
No, we were very happy for him. We think he deserves it, and I think you in the Premier League, you are on the top of football, and we know our place. We are very humble, and we know if Slot can join Liverpool, we are very happy for him, and we are also proud because he's done great at our club, and he stayed last year when everyone expected him to leave. So that was already why we still love him, and I think so. There was I've not spoken one fan who was mad or sad that he was leaving. Everyone was proud and happy for him because he deserves his step to Liverpool, and exactly with our captain, he deserves his step, and he's done so much for the club and for the city. It would be great for him if we see him on a bigger stage, and I think that's really because we are not a top club in Europe, and Liverpool, of course, is. So no, we're all happy, and when he announced it, I think everyone was rooting for him that it became official. Yes.
Oh, it's unbelievable to hear. Like I said, you just wouldn't get that in this country. So, yeah, big up to Feyenoord for allowing it to happen. Big up to Arne Slot. I mean, there's going to be comparisons to Ten Hag, like you said earlier, with him being
Definitely.
old and being from Holland. We
Yes.
heard today that apparently after the FA Cup final tomorrow, Erik Ten Hag will be sacked
Yeah.
as Manchester United manager. When you hear that and when you look at that, you know, it's not nice for maybe Arne Slot to see because, you know, Ten Hag got 2 years, really. Do you
Yes.
think he's going to let that affect him, or does he want to create his own kind of stereotype?
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if Ten Hag was fired. We already thought he would be, and he was taking up the empty spot at the managing position at Ajax. But no, I don't think it will affect him. Slot is a very intelligent person, and he knows how it works. Definitely, when you work in the Premier League, and I think Ten Hag had a lot of time. Manchester was backing him from the first moment, but it doesn't work at the moment. So I think it's good to try something new. I don't think Slot will be affected by that whole. I think he would love to play him again, as they did in the Eredivisie a lot of the time. But no, I don't think it will affect him, and it will only make him maybe more hungry to be successful in the Premier League, because there are so many big names in the Dutch football coaching history who didn't make it. So I think he will be determined to make it a success. Definitely, yes.
Well, we hope that as well. We can't wait to see his style, his ways with the media, how he connects with the fans. You know, we saw great videos of the Feyenoord fans saying goodbye to him, chanting
Yes.
his name. You know, all he's got to do is win a few games, Erik, and he gets that from the Kop. They'll be absolutely loving him, I promise, if he, starts well. And listen, even if he doesn't start well, you have to stick by.
I hope
Klopp
so.
in the
Definitely.
first few months, it was fairly difficult. I mean, we got to 2 finals in Klopp's first season.
Yeah.
But we lost both of them, but then the progress starts to happen, and then it's an obvious each season just gets better and better until it gets a bit worse. But yeah, he gets all the good luck and all the respect and the support from Liverpool fans.
Yeah, and I think it's for Slot, it's much easier to start than it was for Klopp, because they both the play styles are so similar.
Mm.
So maybe the players are already used to the way they have to do pressure, they have to attack, they have to play with the wingers. So I think Slot can work on what Klopp already did. So I think that's going to be a positive thing for him.
Yeah. Listen, man, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on the channel. I've really enjoyed learning more about Arne Slot. If you have in the comments, please make sure you show some love to Erik. The wall of football shirts, I'm going to put his Instagram in the description of the video. I mean, this bloke has got an absolute crazy collection. I mean, look at the Liverpool shirt he's got on. He's got the PC's wallet, which I have as well. It's just incredible. And for you to have sent that out, it really does mean a lot to me. And as much as you want him to succeed at Liverpool, so do we. So,
Wow.
but if it, and I'm sure we can do another video when we see a bit more personality from him and see what he's really like with us.
Yeah, I'd love to. Thanks so much for the invite. It was fun talking about him. We take good care of him, definitely.
Oh, listen, we will, man. He's coming to, as you know, a massive club. You did the tour of Anfield the other day. You know the
Yes.
history now. He's got all the support as he deserves from his experience in only 7 years, but it's been a good 7 years as a manager. So, like we said, we support him. He can be the next Klopp, says Erik. We will find out, won't we? But listen, Erik, bro, thank you so much. It's been an absolute pleasure having you on the channel. You're always welcome back. And maybe you even see me at a final game. Who knows?
Yeah,
I'd
mate.
love
Thanks
to come.
again for the invite. Whenever you're over in Holland, make sure to give me a message, and we will work something out.
Yeah, 100%. Well, listen, bro, thank you so much. We'll see you next time. Smash that like button, comment, and subscribe. Arne Slot. La 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 la. Hey guys, thanks for watching this video. If you've enjoyed this, make sure you check out the rest of the channel too. There's other stuff you'll enjoy for sure.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the Kop TV,
The voice
of football's most famous
dads.
dads. Come on.